Have you ever regretted saying something that you should have kept quiet about? Have you ever realized that there are moments in life when words are not only useless, but can also harm you? Perhaps you have encountered this situation in your daily life, when your words cause conflict, misunderstanding, or even hurt others. So why not stop for a moment, listen, and reflect? Imagine a situation. You are standing in front of a crowd, and someone provokes you with malicious words. What is your first reaction? Is it to want to respond immediately, or worse, to want revenge? But do you know that sometimes silence is the most powerful weapon you can use? Not only is it a way to avoid unnecessary trouble, but it is also an art of living that Stoic philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius practiced and passed on. In this video, Morgan will share with you 6 specific situations where, according to Marcus Aurelius, silence is the wisest approach. It is not only a lesson on when to keep quiet, but also a way for us to train ourselves to live a more peaceful and happy life. Are you ready to explore these secrets to change your life? Think about it. How many times have you gotten into trouble just because you didn't know how to control your words? Are you ready to change to become a better version of yourself? Before we begin, Morgan wants to send you a small but meaningful request. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to become a part of this wonderful community, and leave a comment below with the content, "I am strong." This will be our mantra, a reminder of inner strength and determination to face all challenges. Every time you comment, "I am strong," you not only affirm your determination, but you also help spread the message to more people. YouTube will know that this is an important message that needs to be shared widely. So are you ready to transform your life? Let's get started. When we think of silence, many people may simply see it as emptiness, a pause between conversations. But in reality, silence can contain an immense power, an unspoken wisdom that only those who appreciate it can understand. Join Morgan on this journey to discover 6 situations where silence is not just a simple response, but the ultimate answer, a subtle tool that helps us handle difficult situations with clarity and authority. Number 1. Unspoken wisdom. 6 times silence is the ultimate response. Do you know why successful people tend to speak less, but when they do speak, their words carry a special weight? Think about the people you admire. Maybe it's a leader, an entrepreneur, or even a wise friend. What do they have in common? Is it the ability to remain silent when necessary, a wise silence that we will explore today? It is the art of silence which Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher and emperor, advised us to practice and cultivate. Imagine you are faced with a difficult situation where people around you are arguing fiercely or where your words could hurt others. Have you ever thought that instead of speaking up, sometimes silence can be the most powerful response? As Marcus Aurelius once said, "If a man can restrain himself in anger, his silence will have more power than any words." So when should we remain silent? And why can silence lead us to wisdom and peace? Morgan explores with you 6 situations where silence is not only an appropriate response, but also an expression of deep wisdom and patience, qualities that Stoic philosophy holds in high regard. For Stoics, such as Marcus Aurelius, silence is not an absence of action, but a conscious and self-controlled action. They believed that we should not react immediately to external stimuli, but instead we need to reflect, control our emotions, and speak only when absolutely necessary. This not only protects us from unwanted consequences, but also helps us build a strong, calm soul in the face of all events. Take the example of Jesus at his trial. When he was repeatedly questioned, he chose to remain silent in the face of unjust accusations. His silence was not a sign of weakness, but an expression of compassion, patience, and absolute trust in God. This is a powerful example of how silence can sometimes convey more than words. In our daily lives, we often face situations where silence can be more beneficial than speaking up. Morgan will review 6 situations where silence is the ultimate answer. 1. When you are angry, silence helps you avoid saying words that you may later regret. As Marcus Aurelius emphasized, we need to control our emotions and reactions to maintain inner peace. 2. When you are faced with unfair criticism, instead of arguing, silence helps you maintain your self-respect and patience, waiting for the right time to respond. 3. When you do not have enough information, silence is a sign of wisdom. When you are uncertain about something, it helps you avoid making wrong decisions or statements. 4. When words can hurt, silence is a sign of compassion, helping you protect the feelings of others and maintain relationships. 5. When you want to listen, silence helps you focus on listening to others, understand the problem better, and create conditions for others to express their opinions. 6. When you are in the process of contemplation, silence is a necessary condition for you to be able to deeply reflect on life, find meaning and direction for yourself. Have you ever experienced situations where silence saved you from trouble or helped you achieve something better? Share your experiences in the comments section below, and don't forget to leave the mantra, "I am strong," to remind each other of the power of silence. This is the first step for us to build a peaceful, happy, and meaningful life together. Exploring the power of silence in specific situations, we find that silence is not only an intelligent response, but also an expression of patience and wisdom. However, silence is not just about dealing with difficult situations. It is also the key that opens the door to inner peace. Morgan believes that, from the lessons of Marcus Aurelius, silence can lead us on a more peaceful and meaningful path. Let's dive deeper into the next topic, where we will explore how silence can become a source of spiritual strength, leading us to inner peace. Number 2. The silent path to inner peace. Lessons from a Stoic emperor. The story of the illustrious emperor Marcus Aurelius, who ruled a vast empire but found the greatest peace in moments of silence amidst the chaos of life. You may wonder, how can someone with so much power value silence so much? This is the secret that Morgan wants to share with you. In times of stress and conflict, instead of looking for peace from the outside, Marcus Aurelius turned inward. He realized that peace did not come from controlling external factors, but from controlling his own mind and thoughts. Silence was the key, the path that led him to inner peace. And it is also a lesson that Morgan believes will bring you a happier and more fulfilled life. We often live in a noisy and stressful world. Busyness, anxiety, and non-stop conversations can easily pull us away from ourselves, leaving us feeling lost and tired. But imagine a world where you could find peace within yourself, no matter how chaotic the outside world was. That is the path that Marcus Aurelius took, and the path that Morgan wants to explore with you. According to Stoic philosophy, silence is not simply not speaking, but a state of mind where you are still and free from external disturbances. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Keep the peace of mind as a quiet refuge, a quietness that nothing can disturb." When we are silent, we allow ourselves to listen to our inner voice, understand our emotions and thoughts better, and from there we can adjust and control them better. Silence is also an opportunity for us to look back at ourselves and put everything in its right place. Instead of letting negative emotions dominate us, we can learn to accept and let go. This is the path to inner peace that Marcus Aurelius discovered, And it is also the lesson that Morgan wants to share with you. Have you ever wondered if there is a way to find peace in this busy life? Do you ever feel that sometimes what you need is not more words or actions, but a quiet moment to reflect and recharge? Silence is not an escape, but a step forward, a proactive action to protect your soul from the negative impacts of the outside world. Try applying this to your daily life. When faced with stressful situations, instead of reacting quickly, give yourself a moment of silence. Let silence lead you to inner peace, just like Marcus Aurelius did. You will find that when your mind is at peace, everything around you becomes clearer and more pleasant. As we have explored the silent path to inner peace together, you have probably sensed the amazing power that silence brings to the soul. But Morgan wants to take you even further into an interesting aspect of Stoic philosophy: how to win without speaking. If silence can bring peace, could it also be the secret weapon for us to achieve great success in life? Let's move on to the next topic, where we will explore how silence is not only a means of self-protection, but also a powerful strategy for conquering the greatest challenges. Number 3. Beyond words, the Stoic secret to winning without speaking. What is the secret of success of world champion athletes? What helps them overcome tremendous pressure, extreme stress, and stay on top in decisive moments? You may be surprised to know that in addition to training and skill, they have another secret weapon: silence. It is a deep silence, a state that they achieve not only physically, but also internally. This is what Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor and philosopher, passed on to us. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Seek the silence of your mind as a refuge from external disturbances." For him, silence is not the absence of speech, but a state of mind where one can find serenity and peace even in the midst of the storms of life. This is not an escapist silence, but a silence to face oneself, to reflect and understand things more clearly. In today's world, we are caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, noisy and relentless. We often feel lost in the noise and information, not knowing how to find peace for ourselves. But think of the athletes in their decisive moments. While everyone around them may be shouting, cheering, or criticizing, they maintain a perfect stillness. It is a stillness not only externally, but also from deep within the soul. And this is the lesson that Marcus Aurelius leaves us. In moments when you feel overwhelmed, remember Marcus Aurelius' advice. Instead of reacting quickly or letting yourself get caught up in negative emotions, take a moment to be still. You will realize that when your mind is quiet, everything around you will become clearer. You will find yourself no longer being controlled by external factors and can see things with a calmer and more objective perspective. Relate this to your own life. Have you ever felt so overwhelmed that you couldn't think straight? Or have you said or done something that you later regretted? If you could take a moment to be quiet, to listen to yourself before you acted, you might be able to avoid unnecessary mistakes. Silence not only helps you find peace, but it is also a powerful tool for you to make better decisions. Have you ever tried to find silence in difficult moments? Can you share with Morgan a moment when silence helped you find peace or make an important decision? Morgan believes that sharing will not only reinforce this lesson, but also inspire others who are seeking peace in their lives. You can share your story or simply leave the sentence, "I choose peace," as a commitment to yourself. Morgan looks forward to hearing from you, and together we will continue our journey to find peace and happiness in life. By exploring how silence can help us win without saying a word, you can see that silence is not only a strategic tool, but also an art. But stop and think further. What happens when silence not only helps you win, but also becomes the most powerful message. Join Morgan in the next topic, where we will explore how silence can sometimes say it all, conveying the deepest and most meaningful messages that words cannot. Number 4. Echoes of silence. When saying nothing says everything. Great writers like Ernest Hemingway or Haruki Murakami can move us deeply with just minimal words and sometimes haunting silence. Perhaps it is because they understood that sometimes what is left unsaid is the most powerful. As in life, there are times when silence contains a deeper meaning than any words. This is also the essence of Stoic philosophy, a philosophy that Marcus Aurelius applied throughout his life. In important moments in life, when things seem too tense to bear, we often feel the pressure to say something, to clear the air. But think about it. Has your silence ever conveyed a message more powerful than 1,000 words? In such moments, silence is not only a restraint, but also an expression of deep understanding and respect for yourself and others. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Speech is the reflection of the mind, but silence is where the mind finds peace." When we choose silence, we not only stop talking, but also create space for reflection and deeper connection with our emotions. Silence helps us see things more clearly, avoiding impulsive reactions that can have unwanted consequences. Silence is also a way for us to respect the feelings and thoughts of others. In important conversations, when you give the other person a moment of silence to reflect and express, you are showing them that you are listening, you understand, and you respect their feelings. This not only helps build better relationships, but also helps you avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. Morgan wants you to think about times when silence has brought you a positive outcome. Have you ever felt that saying nothing was the best way to solve a problem? Can you share with Morgan your experiences with silence and what it has brought you? Remember, sometimes silence is golden, and choosing to be silent can be a way to protect and nurture the deepest values in life. Morgan believes that every moment of silence has a message. Realizing the hidden power in silence, where no words can say it all, you can feel more clearly the value of keeping silent in important moments. But it doesn't stop there. Silence can also become an invisible shield, protecting your inner peace from the storms of life. Let's join Morgan in the next topic to learn how silence can become a powerful weapon to help you preserve and protect your soul in a turbulent world. Number 5. The Silent Shield. Protecting your peace with Stoic silence. Great scientists like Albert Einstein or Isaac Newton, who changed the world with their great discoveries, always honored the value of silence. They understood that silence not only helps the mind to be more creative, but also acts as a strong shield, protecting the soul from the pressures and disturbances of life. In this turbulent world, silence can be the most powerful defense we have, a shield that helps us maintain our inner peace, even when everything around us is chaotic. When we are faced with challenges and pressures, silence can be a way for us to protect ourselves from negative emotions and uncontrollable situations. It allows us to maintain our composure, not letting external factors shake our spirit. This is what Morgan wants to emphasize. Silence is not just a restraint in speech, but a powerful tool that helps us maintain our inner peace and stability. Imagine you are faced with a stressful situation where people around you are arguing fiercely, or the situation is becoming chaotic. Instead of getting caught up in the whirlwind of emotions and stress, you choose to remain silent. In that moment, your silence is not only a way to avoid conflict, but also a shield that keeps you from getting caught up in negativity. By remaining silent, you create a safe space for your mind, where peace can grow and develop. Morgan wants you to think about a recent situation where you kept silent to protect your peace. Did you feel stronger, less stressed after choosing silence instead of reacting? Silence can be a way of protecting ourselves that we often overlook, but it is actually an invaluable shield in this challenging life. Share with Morgan a moment when you used silence as a shield to protect your peace. You can leave a comment about your experience or simply write, "I choose peace," to affirm your commitment to yourself. Morgan believes that when we explore and practice the art of silence together, we create a more peaceful and happy life, even in the midst of turmoil. Now that we know that silence can be a shield to protect your inner peace, Morgan wants to take it a step further. Turn silence into a power to win in the important moments of life. If silence can protect you from external disturbances, it can also become a sharp tool for you to achieve great success. Let's move on to the final topic, to discover how silence can not only protect you, but also help you rise and conquer your greatest challenges. Number 6. Silent triumphs. How to harness the power of silence in critical moments. The most successful people in the world, from top CEOs to master negotiators, have a surprising thing in common. They know how to be silent at the right time. Sometimes, in decisive moments, the greatest power lies not in sharp words, but in the ability to keep silent. An interesting statistic shows that leaders who are able to control their silence in tense meetings are 30% more likely to make correct decisions than those who are not. This demonstrates the potential power of silence in critical moments. Imagine you are in the middle of an important meeting where everyone is trying to defend their point of view with sharp arguments. While they argue, you choose to remain silent. Your silence is not only a sign of composure, but also an opportunity for you to observe, gather information, and reflect on your options. When you finally speak, your words will carry more weight, because they are not based on a momentary emotion, but the result of deep reflection. Silence can also be a way for you to win in difficult negotiations. By remaining silent when your opponent is trying to force you to make a decision, you show that you are not easily swayed and can stand your ground. This not only creates a strong impression, but it can also cause your opponent to reconsider and offer you more favorable terms. In life, we often face pressured situations where a wrong decision or word can lead to unpredictable consequences. It is in such moments that the ability to remain silent becomes an invaluable skill. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once emphasized, "Do not let the outside voice overpower your inner voice. Be silent and listen to yourself." When we remain silent, we create space for reflection, to listen not only to the words of others, but also to the voice deep within our soul. Morgan wants you to think of a recent situation where you used silence to achieve a positive outcome. Have you felt more empowered by choosing silence rather than reacting immediately? Remember, in decisive moments, silence can be your most powerful ally. Thank you for joining Morgan on this journey to discover the power of silence through the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and Stoic philosophy. Morgan appreciates your time and listening. It is through this connection and sharing that we can together create a more peaceful, happy, and profound life. Hopefully, what Morgan shares today will not only be theoretical philosophies, but will actually become valuable tools for you to apply in your daily life. Remember, in difficult moments, silence can be your strongest ally, protecting, preserving, and leading you to meaningful victories. Morgan thanks you for taking the time to watch and listen. Before we end, can you do Morgan a small favor? It would mean a lot to me to let me know what you think of this video by selecting one of the following options. 1. Unsatisfied. 2. Neutral. 3. Satisfied. 4. Very satisfied. Leave your vote in the comments section below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Also, stay tuned for more videos at the end of this video. Once again, Morgan thanks you for taking the time to read this. May you find peace and strength in silence. See you in the next post, where we'll explore more interesting things together.